Hi guys, so Tom Hunt, Tory MP and Brexiteer, was on a panel for Politics Live where he tried to sell two conflicting ideas. One, that the trade deal with New Zealand will be great for British consumers because it will mean access to cheaper produce. And in the same breath, he said that British consumers should do the patriotic thing and buy British products, not foreign ones, it seems. Does Tom understand that New Zealand is not part of the United Kingdom? Is he that dumb, or does he just believe the public are? Anyway, the National Farmers Union president gave him a dose of reality. But first we'll hear from Tom responding to accusations that farmers have been betrayed by the Tory government.
I definitely wouldn't describe it as a complete betrayal. I think it's good news. It's, we're seeing very meaningful trade deals. This one I think is worth about 2.3 billion. So one of Australia, negotiated very quickly, very dynamically. We were told this wouldn't be possible if we left the EU.
I keep hearing this argument from Brexiteer. Sorry to interrupt, but I keep hearing this argument. We couldn't do trade deals if we left the EU. Who said this? I've been looking all over the internet and I can't actually find a source for this. But we hear it all the time from Brexiteers. I think even Boris Johnson himself said it. Nobody said this. Now, when it comes to trade deals, if you don't invest time and effort, then you're not going to get a good trade deal. When the European Union negotiated the trade deal with Japan, they spent 7 years. Time. You also need the best people. Who have the Brexiteers sent to negotiate on their behalf of the government, on behalf of farmers, on behalf of exporters?
Already the Prime Minister is making great progress in this regard. I do think that when it comes to our, obviously, we're going to increase trade both ways, and this could lead to, could be many benefits for some of those with low incomes to get hold of produce at a cheaper price than before. And I think that's a good progressive thing. But I do think that we should be patriotic about our agricultural process and just not only see risk, but also see opportunities. I think we happen to produce the best agricultural produce in the world. Let's go and sell it around the world. I think so. I do think, I've got a lot of time for the NFU. I've met them in Suffolk, but I do think sometimes the NFU shouldn't always look at everything glass half empty. But
So the farmers are just looking at everything glass half empty. Yes, we have thrown you under a bus. Yes, we've opened up the market. We've taken away protections for farmers and allowed the market to be exposed to much cheaper products. For example, in Australia, the hormone-treated beef is legal. In the EU, it's illegal. Now in Britain, it seems it would be permitted. The amount of the economies of scale in Australia are something unseen in Britain. So you're going to import all this cheap produce from Australia, undercut farmers in Britain, but you just need to be more positive about it. Once again, believe in Brexit and it will succeed.
Sometimes glass half full, and we should be patriotic and passionate and positive about what we produce.
All right, well,
and there's opportunities.
I just need to let Minette briefly respond to that. You need to be a bit more upbeat, Minette, clearly.
Being patriotic and thinking positively is quite honestly getting insulting. Australia has 22 agricultural councillors that their government is invested in. Fiona Simpson, my opposite number, is part of their trade delegation. New Zealand has exactly the same. I personally am fed up with being told to be positive and life will be fine.
All right.
This government needs to act and put that infrastructure platform in place, and then I will be positive about it. At the moment, it hasn't, and it's warm words.
So she made a very valid point here that if you invest in trade, if you invest in the experts, the team necessary to do the trade negotiations on your behalf, then you're going to get better trade deals. Who have the Brexiteers sent? Well, she highlighted here that the head of the Farmers Union in New Zealand was part of the trade delegation. They have 22 councillors, trade councillors, both Australia and New Zealand. How many does Britain have? They probably don't even have any. They just send it seems they sent Liz Truss before, and now they're going to send whoever, Dominic Raab it is, to do the negotiations for the entire country. But as I said before, it's not about increasing trade. It's not about improving the economy. It's not about making it easier for importers or exporters or farmers or whatever. It's just political. The Brexiteers have to convince the public that voting to leave the European Union was a good idea. And they told the public, look, if we leave the EU, we're going to sign all these trade deals really quickly. And that's a good thing. Obviously, it's not a good thing, because if you don't invest time and effort, you're not going to get a good trade deal. You apply this to anything. If you invest time and effort in any activity, you're going to have a good product, or as good as possible product at the end. If you don't invest time and effort, then you're going to get something crap. And that's exactly the same with trade deals. The Brexiteers don't care about good trade deals. They care about the number of trade deals. They're doing as many as possible. They're giving in on everything. New Zealand is a much smaller economy, vastly smaller economy than Britain. But it has Britain over a barrel because the Brexiteers are incompetent, and they're going to they're just going to give up on everything. They're not going to do a real negotiation. The same with Australia and Japan. It's just about numbers. It's about having as many trade deals as possible so that Brexiteers are convinced, yes, we voted for the right thing. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?